Good morning, Vietnam, or so we say. Vietnam, both north and south. Korea, north and south. China, Japan. These are all places I don't have any friends. What am I looking for? Right. Okay. Show number 3. On the way. So not a lot going on here. Still this warming trend. If we were to look at it, and we'll go to our second display. Let's check out our live. What do we got for? So this is the weather for the week. Looking pretty springish out there. Expecting a bit of snow today. I think the accumulation probably wouldn't be more than 5 or 6 centimeters, but which is just about right. Put some more dust on that crust, and the crust is out there for sure, on especially on solar aspects. So you got to be careful when you're moving around out there. If you're on steep terrain, just be aware that if it's steep and it's southwest aspect, you're gonna run into some icy features possibly, especially if it's been wind blown. Other than that, I know for a fact that the skiing has been pretty darn good in the area. Talking to somebody that said it was Blower Pow in Mount Field, which is in Yoho area, just past Lake Louise, and from top to bottom, like it was just like. And so that's going to be staying the same for a little while, although these warm temps are going to start pressing that stuff down, especially if it gets into like the +10, +12 Saturday, Sunday. It's almost like time to start thinking about rock climbing, isn't it? Avalanche Canada, everything is looking pretty good. You can see they're trending. Everything's trending good. We're 3 times low in our area. Kananaskis is still keeping it mod at tree line and above tree line in the Alpine, and I think their big concern is mostly wind crusts. I don't know that they've had more wind than we've had, but they're a different set of forecasters and probably being a little more conservative. They get a different, well, they don't really get different skiers, I guess. The same carload of Calgarians that everybody else gets. And their wins weren't that significant, I don't think. But here at Parks Canada, we're calling it 3 times low. Low. You can't get any better than that. And their main concern, I would think, is, and rightfully so, because of the winds that we had last week and the warmer temperatures, relative humidity has been fairly high the last few days, and there was some wind in the field area and up in the both summit area also. So cornice buildup is probably, getting there. That's the one thing you got to watch, is just watch out, keep an eye on those cornices, see what they're going to hit, and make sure you're well distanced from the runouts of those things. Those are going to be your big concern. The ice climbers, your big concern are going to be these solar, the solar part of this thing here. This sun, this warmth is going to hit those rock walls, and that ice that you have been climbing on is going to become a bit delaminated. You might get some really killer ice though, it'll be soft, and it'd be like the one swing hero ice. Makes you all look good. But you all know it's so picked out these days that you're just reaching up and grabbing, what do they call it? Andy Shaw calls it pegboard climbing, right? So you're just like climbing on a pegboard. Unless you're on something bigger, then you have a chance. You might have the privilege of building a tool placement or two. But yeah, I would really watch out for that over the next few days with these warmer temps. So my advice to you, if you are going to go climbing, over the weekend, start really, did I say really enough? Really early. right? So you walk up in the dark, so that would be around 5 a.m. I know, 5 a.m. Oh my God, right? I used to get clients like that. He's like, well, that's 4 in the morning. What are you talking about? That's 4 in the morning. It's fucking a number on a clock. That's all that is. It has nothing to do with mountain or anything else. It's just a reference. I can call it 10 o'clock, but just be there before light by 2 hours. I don't care what you want to call it. So, and the same goes, you guys are going to have to, if I was you, I'd be considering walking up in the dark, get on, off of it, and be out of there by 10, 11 o'clock. Go home, whatever. Crack her open like a high school kegger and hit the valley and smoke a bowl. As far as we were 3 times low, their concerns basically are cornices. Parts of Canada, this is for Banff, Yoho, Kootenay region for this week. And whose forecast is that? AB. Who's AB? Anybody know who AB is at Public Safety? Aaron Beardmore, that's right. Alberta, AB, Aaron Beardmore. Well, you take that to the bank. It's Aaron Beardmore wrote it. That's like cash in the bank, man, with interest. Let's take a look at Lake Louise, see how it's doing. So there we are. There's the Lake Louise. It started to cloud in. It was a little clearer about an hour ago. And you can expect this to shut down real quickly. And visibility will it'll be a little tricky up higher. You might want to go to someplace with trees for reference. And we are just coming in to view where some of the better tree skiing is. Keep going, another few seconds. But yeah, the skiing at the lake has been pretty darn good this year. Not that I would know, I almost never go, but my kids do. And any touring I've done in that area is showing that, yeah, it's been really good too. So we're just getting into the area. This is ptarmigan trees. Further to the right, just keep going a little bit. And if you're going to go skiing, down in there is probably pretty darn good. And anyhow, you'll have something for reference, right? That's the difference between, like when you get whiteout conditions like this, the difference between Lake Louise and sunshine is that sunshine's almost all in the alpine. And so when you get a whiteout, you can't see anything. You're just like in a ping pong ball. You're skiing inside a cloud. You're in a glass of milk swimming around. But here, right straight down below you, check that where that is. This is from the gondola. You go straight down there in those trees. You hit ptarmigan trees. Those puppies have been gladed by none other than the great Peter Dean and crew. Some of the finest ski bums that ever hit the Bow Valley. But they also do logging, and they logged out that as skiers, and so they made, each tree has been like hand groomed, and the branches trimmed off to make the skiing just perfect. Not as good as Revelstoke. I think Revelstoke Ski Hill is like the best tree skiing I've ever seen in my life. I've ever come across. Anyhow. But not a lot to tell you. Conditions aren't changing all that much. You know what we could do, though? I'll give you a traffic report in Banff. Traffic cams. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, you can see it's busy as usual. Wicked rush hour traffic in Banff in the morning. And it's so start early if you're going anywhere. As you can see, there are no light delays, no pedestrians. This is just before the Banff Springs Hotel, where you turn off to go to Bow Falls. Sidewalks, as usual, are crowded. And yeah, once again, like standing room only on that bridge, trying to get across there. No delays, not like the middle of the summer anyhow. This was taken 5 minutes ago. Once again, looking at that bridge from the other side of the bridge, looking to the south. See, we got a few cars piling up there on coming off of Buffalo. And yeah, Silver Dragon. It looks like there's plenty of parking spots at the Chinese restaurant there. So, and there always is at 9:30 in the morning because there's nobody there. Not even open. And this is the new Moose Hotel. We're looking down Banff Avenue, and then this starts where the core of town is, right down here. And once again, the traffic, is, you can see, is outrageous. Normally what's you would see here on a post-pandemic or pre-pandemic era, this would have probably a dozen or half dozen buses here. There would be probably 100, 200 skiers standing out here. Guys milling around here, smoking cigarettes. A couple people riding the moose, getting their picture taken. And then security coming out, chasing them off the moose. But we don't have any of that action going on there today, because the pandemic is just not allowing for that. Here we are at the Banff International Hostel, 400 block Banff Avenue. And as you can see, the sidewalk traffic is outrageous. Yeah, so skiers. Blower pile top to bottom these days on the Mount Field area. And in the, you'd see the same on the Bow. That's not going to last too much longer, though, at the lower elevations especially. And lower elevation south aspects are going to get melted out over the weekend with this kind of weather that we are talking about. Doom, doom, doom. You got another day or two. But by Monday, who knows, eh? But stability should stay good. I don't know if they are going to make that avalanche hazard if these temperatures are high enough to be of concern. We'll see. We'll check the forecast. I don't work on Saturday, Sunday, but we'll know by Friday what the trend is going to be. I kind of go with them. I don't have enough information. They got like everything, right? You got like a dozen people out in the field doing observations, and taking a lot of guides' observations now are starting to contribute to the Formlex or the weather or parks public safety forecast. And what are we doing in the last stream? How's ice skating in the mountains, Wilsma? You're still alive. The ice is pretty much non-existent. Most of the skating is, you know, Jack Lake has a little bit you know, people are shoveling it off, but for the most part, it doesn't look like this. Trust me, I've never seen it other than that 1 year that it looked like this, right? And that only lasted like for 2 days, where we came out every day, and it had just frozen the day before. And Tom Wolf, guide from Canmore, sawbackmountaineering.com. If you need a guide, call either On Top or Sawback. Yeah, those are the two companies I use. Anyhow, yeah, he came out. He has a dry suit. He comes out here. He's got like all kinds of self-rescue equipment. Wears his life jacket. And the thing is, we were like frozen for like 10 hours, and he's out there like giving her. So to answer your question, Wilma, there is no skating. Well, not really any. There's a little bit that's shoveled off. And then at the Lake Louise Chateau, they keep a little bit cleared off. There's like a small couple of rinks there. It's pretty busy though. So I wouldn't suggest coming out for the skating. Cross-country skiing is good though. I went out yesterday at the Nordic Center in Canmore. Wonder how that's going to hold up over this warming trend that's coming. How big is the snowpack this year? Any sense on how late the ski season may go? I'm wondering about potential for late spring trips. Well, I think this year probably is better than most years. I think in the field area they were looking at snowpack, or both summit was about 150, $1.50, and then we'll probably get some. No, March and April are kind of like big snow months for us, especially up there in the higher elevations. So you can expect, I think we're going to have a fairly good year. Although that really depends, you know, of course, on how warm it gets and for how long, right? And that's basically on precipitation. So if you look at the historical average, I think you could add another week or two to that. I'm going up on the Wapta ice fields for a week on March 24th. So I'll have more information there. Got to figure out how to live stream from my phone. Hook up a sat phone or something to it and live stream from the top of Mount Olive or one of those peaks up there, Gordon or something. But yeah, I don't know. You know, that's such a hard one. You know, it reminds me of like people go like, hey, you know, I want to climb Assiniboine, and they'd phone me up about this time of year, right? And they're going to go in August. And they were like, yeah, what's the weather going to be like? And I was like, well, you know, here, just let me check my farmer's almanac. And I, whatever, hum and haw, have a cigarette, come back a half hour later. It's like, yeah, looks like it's going to be good. A stellar blue sky day that day. The almanac is never wrong. So, yeah. But dude, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's probably better than average. Why don't we take a look at both Summit and see what the snowpack is there right now. Canmore, Bang, Lake Louise. Mount Thompson's. Okay, so this is both Summit. This will give you an idea what it's like in that region. And snow height is 148. It's compressed with these warmer temps a little bit, I think. Oh, the air temperature's Celsius is -7. That's this morning at 9:02, so it's like just a little while ago. What were the highs yesterday? 2 degrees, 3 o'clock. So yeah, I don't know, hard to say. You can't really extrapolate this into, so you know, see though, it's snowpack was already settling with these warmer temps. It was settled like 5 to 10 centimeters over these warmer temps, and like I say, we're getting probably 5 or 6 centimeters of snow coming in here today. Reasonable confidence about that. The other place you might want to go skiing here is at Bow Hut. There's the weather station that's there. Vulture Peak, they call it. And they don't have a height of snow there. Oh, hold on. Get that back there. I want to see what's going on. See what the winds have been doing. Gusts of 45, 68. Yesterday, yeah, moderate winds. The odd gust. But overall, humidity's pretty high right now. Yeah, it's high humidity where those winds, though, are going to be conducive to cornice buildup. So, sorry, I didn't transition this to see what you guys could see what I was looking at. So this is, yeah, at Bow Hut, which is, where is that? There's Crowfoot Mountain. Right here. So this is a Bow Hut area right in here. This is popular for ski touring. Problem with these huts right now is you got to book out the whole hut because of the COVID thing. They don't allow like individual groups, you know, like 2 or 3 or whatever, like normally like they do. So the only way they're booking those huts out is they got to book the whole freaking hut out, and that's like $1,000 a day sort of thing. So it's not really conducive to just anybody going there, you know. For the weekend, you want to book out a whole hut for $1,000. Rather go to the Banff or the, well, I wouldn't even go to the Fairmont, Lake Louise Fairmont, Chateau Lake Louise. It's like an old hotel with a new coat of paint on it. Because they still have the same heating, and you hear the pipes going cling, clang, cling, cling, clang. The new part of the hotel, if you're going to stay there, stay in the new part of the hotel, insist on that. And you can get it at the back of the hotel by the convention center. You got like nice new rooms with proper central heating. And you might not get a view of the lake, but if the weather comes in, you're not going to get a view of the lake anyhow. If you look at those stupid little windows, there's no real view to speak of, right? And what else was the other one I was telling you about? Yeah, so I don't know, man. I do not know. Little Yoho. So if you're in the upper Bosworth, well, let's go to lower Bosworth. That'll give you a better indication of height of snow. 2 meters there, right? That's closer to the divide. So that's pretty good for this time of year. Wind speeds, relative humidity, winds aren't registering. How high is that? So it's just picking up the humidity there. Winds, air temperatures. What was the height? 1 degree yesterday was the height of the, yeah, so what was the humidity? No way. Really? Relatively 16? Huh. I do know the winds were fairly, well, we were gusting a little bit yesterday, so we will see. Oops. Yeah, well, there's always hope, buddy. There's potential for a longer season this year. Yeah, I would think so. Like you could add, I think, another week to it, depending on, just keep tracking on the weather. Just see how warm it gets. And you can check in again later, because Fernie is still touch. We've had lots of wind with spring-like avalanche conditions. Yeah. Did you guys get anything, I mean, touchy, yeah. I wonder, like, Colorado is just getting smoked, this weekend? Like, they're looking at, like, getting 5 feet of snow, shutting down highways, storm warnings coming from everywhere. Doesn't seem to be tracking north, though. I don't think we're going to get much of that. So maybe we'll get a little, but I don't know. It doesn't really. I should maybe check out a. Ooh, let's see if I got. Weather stations. Mount Stanley. Yeah, so this is Mount Stanley area. This is probably more concerning with ice climbers. Skiers in the field area, maybe. Height of snow is 106. They're not registering winds, humidity, they're registering. Like I say, guys, ice climbers, I'd be very, very aware of the solar aspects this weekend. As you can see, I'll say it again, the weather is going to be pretty darn spring-like. So if you're going to go ice climbing, God knows why you'd want to, but if you're going to do it, then perhaps starting really, 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 really early and getting off really, really, really soon. So I'd be off the climb by 12-ish before you lose the frost, and then go from there. Alrighty. Well, I don't have a ton more to go. Maybe we'll do. Hey, check this puppy out. This I saw this bear last year, last spring, last summer. It was, that's his brother. There were the two of them there, sitting there munching salad on the dandelions. You know what the thing that, okay, there's two things. But the one thing that bothers me the most, bear bells. Like any idiot that has bear bells on their pack is exactly that. Like they don't deter the animal from the bear bells. Like, in fact, if you're just walking along, all they hear, they're so quiet that the bears are more curious than they are. According to studies by Stephen Herrero from the University of Calgary, who done massive, massive studies on bears. And the other thing is, like, most tourists come in here, and the first thing they buy is bear spray. What's the last thing they need? Is bear spray. You're going to Lake Louise. You're gonna do the same hikes everybody else does. So you're gonna go to Moraine Lake, walk a circuit around there. You're gonna go to Lake Louise. You probably do the tea house over to the beehive. Maybe if you're super adventurous, you might go up to St. Piran or something like that. But trust me, you do not need to waste your money on bear spray. And then, you're here for a week. And what do you do with the bear spray? You know how many people have given me bear spray? I got like 20 cans of it that have never been used. Have you got some here? No, it's not. In the gear room, I have a ton of bear spray. And I'm quite often I got to take bear spray, of course, because of work, right? So work-related stuff. So, it's pretty hard. Everybody knows when Barry was like chased up a tree with him and his client, he didn't have any bear spray. Like the next, and then everybody's like, of course, it's the internet and social media. They're bashing him to death about the bear. And, well, we didn't have bear spray, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I don't have that problem, really, because I was raised in the Yukon Territory, and when you make that transition to being a man from a boy, the thing you have to do is very Spartan sort of thing to do, but you have to go out and kill a full-grown Kodiak grizzly with a hockey stick. And, I'd show you the scar, but this is a family channel. But yeah, anyhow, yeah, that's what's going on there. Yeah, this little bear. So I tell the clients here, I hand them the bear spray. One thing, I don't want to carry the shit. I don't want to carry any more than I have to. A lot of times when I go up to Bow Hut, right, I allow myself this one comfort. So I have a pack, but I've got the trip, the 3-day trip, like going to Bow, Peyto, and out, so wired that I only take exactly what I need and not a single gram more. Then if I do that, it makes my pack look like it's empty. And if it looks like it's empty, the clients, because they got everything in the kitchen sink in case, somebody stole the kitchen sink out of Bow Hut. And so I have a pillow in there, and I blow up this pillow, and it fills up the bottom half of my pack. And then I throw in exactly what I need, and I've got it down to, like, I got a little hood for my iPhone, and it's like this big, and I wear my earbuds, and got the little whiskey bottles. I have like 2 a night and then I start saying, a little tired last night. I've been guiding all week, so I can, quietly go off to the side and climb into my bunk, and I know which bunk in the corner I can have. And then I got the downloaded movies from Netflix, and I'll watch some movies and listen to my earbuds and my hooded iPhone thing, so the light just kind of stays within the area. And then when I put my pack in front of you, nobody can see me. I have my own kind of private cubicle. But yeah, I give them the bear spray, and I say, you know what? If we come across a grizzly bear, I want first dibs on him, right? So don't you go getting interfering. You just hang on to this bear spray. And if it starts to look like I'm going to lose this fight, I want you to step in there and give him a good spray in the eyes and then step back, all right? That should be all I need to finish this bear off. And then they'll look at me with a whole newfound respect. Right. All right, right, bear? Do. Beeland. Oop. Oh, my buddy's the, oh, that's the RCMP. I don't mind that bylog. They'll freaking kill me. So, folks, let's getting down to the end. Anybody have any questions questions, concerns, things you want to know about before I... Am I freaking off the air? Joey Young, I was on a 510 route one time and a bear was rappelling off my route and he didn't even yell rope. So yeah, you're right. You do need to be careful out there. I was on a 510 route one time and a bear was rappelling off my route and he didn't even yell rope. So yeah, you're right. You do need to be careful out there. I was on a 510 route one time and a bear was rappelling off my route and he didn't even yell rope. So yeah, you're right. You do need to be careful up here. On a 510 route one time. Look at that, I am. Whoa. How do I get back to my stream page? Geez, I'm such a noob, man. I am such a noob. Channel. 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 Hey guys, I guess it's, what time is it? Time for me to go. In my half hour, I'm good to go. So, hey guys, let's check out. Time for me to go. I gotta get back onto my live feed. But such a noob, Joe. YouTube, trending history. Yep, so I'll say one more time. Ice climbers start really freaking early. Walk up in the dark with your headlamps. You're going to beat everybody else, and then you should be able to beat that solar aspect, and the ice may stay attached to the rock if you are lucky. If you're not lucky, well, nobody lives forever anyhow, do they? Not yet. I'm short by one generation. And then I could probably upload to my brain into some sort of machine, and I would be set to go for life. What is that? Altered Carbon? I like that. It go on, I think it's Netflix. Altered Carbon. That's a great concept for a show. Okay, guys. Hasta luego. Vaya con Dios. And we will see you tomorrow, 9:30. And we'll see what changes in the weather. And how much snow we got overnight. Tomorrow's the day for skiing. If you're going ski touring, or even at the ski hill, tomorrow's going to be better than today. And then the day after that is not going to be as good as tomorrow. So you may want to keep that in mind. And play safe out there. Solar aspects. What do we got going? Watch out for that. And the trending probably is going to backcountry skiing is going to deteriorate over the weekend, and maybe get a little bit better. Avalanche hazard, I'll let you know Friday, and I am not working Saturday, Sundays. I do other things like teach Avon stuff, so that there's somebody here, once I'm dead and gone, she can take over this show. The Banff National Park News and Conditions shows Wednesday, March 10th.